Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video and into the Emerald Dream. The next Hearthstone expansion has been officially revealed. We have a ton of new cards. The return of Ysera. We have brand new hero power mechanics, mass mana cheat, dark gifts, a ton of cool new stuff. And as always, for every expansion, we are going to do a giveaway during the review season where I'm going to give away 2 regular pre-orders, 1 mega bundle out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment on this video with whatever you want. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until every single card is revealed, I will add another mega bundle, the $80 one. We'll have details on that later today. By the way, there's no limit on it again, so hit that sub button, make me go Baroque. So let's start off with the brand new Ysera, the Emerald Aspect, a 9 mana, 4/12 neutral dragon, and here we go. It's got start of game. Increase both players' maximum mana by 5. So you load into the game, you'll see the Ysera thing pop up, and you will get an additional, basically you normally get to 10 mana, you will get to 15. You won't start with 5, but you can get there. It's like playing New Heights before the game even starts, plus 2 mana. However, it also has Battle Cry, gain 3 mana crystals, and no, they're not empty. So let's say you play this for 9 mana, you'll get 3 mana to play, and you'll be at 12 mana overall, going up to, well, I guess 15, or yeah, it should. I don't think it increases your maximum, right? So you could get to that 15 even faster. And it's important to note also, if both players are playing this card, maximum mana is 20. We're at Guff stages right away. So every class has got some ramp. Well, kind of. It doesn't really ramp you right away. You know what I mean, though. You can increase your maximum mana. Pretty darn cool. By the way, I believe this is the free login legendary later today. Should be out in like a couple of hours. So again, you don't even have to pay for this card. Really rad one, and could, open things up for those later game decks. It's definitely for the slower decks that want to play that longer game. We all know how good utilizing extra mana can be. And for the ramp classes, they can really utilize this, like Druid, right? You can ramp up to that even faster, or Warrior with New Heights. Seems pretty damn solid. And again, playing the card itself, you're getting 3 mana crystals. That's quite nice. And maybe I have a way to get it out for cheaper. We'll take a look in a second. Overall, I could see it seeing some considerable play, but again, more for those slower strategies, which are prevalent, of course, in Hearthstone. I will give this a 4 to 5 in standard and a 3 in wild. Like your Renathal decks, I could see this seeing play, right? Like, absolutely could see this seeing play in both formats, and Ysera gets a pretty nice return. But yeah, I want to play this for cheap. I don't want to have to spend 9 mana. Well, I could play Naralex, Herald, or Naralex, I don't know, Naralex, Herald of the Flights, a 7 mana, 7/7 neutral legendary, so War Golem. However, it has a constant effect while on the board. Your dragons cost 1. So it's a pretty good thing Alex Straza just left standard, because in wild, I could play Naralex and then play Alex into the other Alex and almost kill my opponent. But yeah, in standard, you could play that Ysera. You could play whatever big dragon you want for 1 mana. And I'm just thinking like Zarimi Priest could possibly utilize this in some combos and all of that, but you'll note itself has no tribe, so no great way of like tutoring it or synergizing with it with dragons. It's just a mass mana cheat engine that, yeah, if I got like a couple extra mana above 7, I could do some busted stuff. And we, of course, we haven't seen all the dragons yet. So again, anything that makes mass mana cheat possible in Hearthstone, and it's a neutral to boot, so 11 classes have a shot to make this busted. I'm gonna give this a 3 to 5 in standard. Again, it's very narrow in what it does, but what it can do is pretty busted. And I feel like in wild, I'll give it a 4, because there's so many more dragons, and I look at this as just a broken druid card to do broken druid things. Although you already have Aviana, which makes all of your minions 1, but this is cheaper, so I don't know. I'll give it a 4 in wild, just because I feel like there's more implications for that format. We also have a new keyword in Hearthstone with the Creature of Madness. This is a 2 mana 1/2 neutral minion where you discover a 3 cost minion with a dark gift. And what does that mean? Well, there's like some footage here where you could see you discover a card, something like that. It could have like a bonus effect. The minion could have charge. It could be +4, +5, but you place it on top of your deck, or cost 2 less, but has -2 attack. I believe there's 10 effects in all. I don't know if they've been revealed yet. There's a blog later today that will have them all. We'll talk about that later if you want to stay tuned. Dark gifts will be available to Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, and Warrior. Quite the nightmare, I must say. Overall, yeah, you get not only just some nice discoverability, but you also get a nice big bonus effect, which can have some insane variants. It's not super reliable, but Discover typically could pop up, particular in Arena. And when you have these really crazy effects that might have some accidental synergy with certain cards, it's something to look out for. This card feels kind of like this is what the mechanic's gonna do. You're probably not gonna play this in your constructed deck. So I'll give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild, but you never know. Maybe those dark gifts are just that good. You wanna play it, but certainly a card you will definitely wanna play in the Arena, but we'll have to see how good those dark gift cards are. But we also have another new mechanic, another new keyword in Imbue, and we have the Bitter Bloom Knight. This is a 2-mana 2/3 battle cry. Imbue your hero power. What does that mean? Well, if you're one of the imbuable classes, Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, or Shaman, you imbue your hero power. It will change you to something different and it will be changed to something completely different. All those classes will get new, improved hero powers. And let's say you're a non-imbued class, you're one of the dark gift classes, you get nothing. Nothing happens like the old Galacrons. Just gotta go a little Willy Wonka on you. We don't know them all. I believe we have a preview of one of them. And every time you imbue, you will improve that hero power. The numbers on it will constantly get better. So it's not like you just want to imbue once, you want to imbue a bunch of times. So this is a premium status minion that can constantly improve your hero power, and certainly there'll be a deck out there that wants to do that. So as a result, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 in Standard. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Wild, because again, you never know. There's a lot of hero power synergy things going on, especially like Priest with like Raza and 0 mana and repeating. Oh my god, Priest. Raza might be a little bit scary with this mechanic. So yeah, we'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard. But yeah, want an example of what an imbued hero power will look like? Well, we have the Hunter card here, the Umbra Claw. It is a 4-mana 5/2 rush minion with Death Rattle, imbue your hero power. And we do have the Hunter hero power here, which will be Blessing of the Wolf, which gives a random beast in your hand +1 attack. It costs 1 less. So if I imbue this hero power again, for example, well then it'll be +2 attack. It costs 2 less, and so on and so on. And there's no limit on it. It'll just keep going up and up. So if I got a Huffer, it'll get a lot cheaper, and it'll go face. A King Plush will get a lot cheaper, and that attack could be very synergistic. The minion itself, a beast too, so there's like synergy within itself, and the Death Rattle pretty reliable to go off. Plus we just got what, Tearscale Stalker in the core set, which can activate this Death Rattle, imbue things further. I don't know, seems decent, seems a lot better than Dinomancy at least, okay? Anything's gotta be better than that. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard, 2 out of 5 in Wild, although again, Tavish with like repeating hero powers, who knows? Like this set will definitely have some wild implications with these hero powers. Another new mechanic, well not really new, but new for every class, is we are getting choose one for multiple classes, not just Druid. It's exclusive to this set only, starting with the Barbed Thorn, a 3-mana 1/3 epic rogue weapon. Choose one. You gain poisonous this turn, so you can kill whatever basically you want, you know, unless it's got Divine Shield or whatever, or gain Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to all enemies. So once this breaks, whether it's a hero power, whether someone oozes you or vipers you, attack 3 times, it's like a consecration. And you could also buff this up. It's got 3 durability, so you can look at weapon buffs. I don't know if there's going to be any in the set, a ton of rotating out. Feels a bit slow, to be honest, but that poisonous charge for the turn can be pretty flexible. I'm not entirely sold on it. These type of weapons typically haven't seen a ton of play, but again, it's choose one in Rogue, which we haven't really seen too much of. Again, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard, a 2 out of 5 in Wild, but important to note, this will work with Fandral. If you somehow get a Fandral on the board as a Rogue, I mean, as a Rogue, just burgle, right? And the choose one cards do work with Fandral, whether you're Druid or not. You just have to somehow find a way to get there. And well, let's go with another Imbue card. Shaman has the Living Garden, a 3 mana, 2/3 elemental. Battle cry, imbue your hero power. Reduce the cost of a minion in your hand by 1. So you get a bit of a mana cheat in your hand. You get to imbue that hero power. What is that hero power? It is Blessing of the Wind. This transforms a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 more. So it's evolve for 2 mana. But again, every time you imbue, it'll evolve it by more. So 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. So that could be pretty darn good. And well, you know, if you cheat out a minion from your hand using that 3-drop, then you can evolve it into something, you know, bigger. You're spending 5 mana on a 6-drop. I evolve it into a 7. That's pretty darn sweet. And got to think with Living Guardian, you shutter block this. That's 3 imbues, 3 mana cheats. That could be something too. I think I could see play. We know Evolved Shaman has seen play in the past. We'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard. In Wild, feels very slow for that format. Probably not a thing, although Shutter Walk, you can like infinitely imbue your hero power and get them can we evolve it to the point where we can make the 100 mana card? That would be hilarious, but overall, probably not a competitive Wild card. But hey, after I've evolved a bunch of stuff, maybe I evolved a bunch of 8 mana minions, right? Or more than that. Well, I could play Marithra, the 6 mana 4/4 Shaman Legendary Battle Cry. Resurrect all different friendly minions that cost 8 or more. So you can't get the same one multiple times, but if you evolved a bunch of stuff that cost 8 or more and they die, you can bring them back or just play an 8 mana card. Play an Alakir. It'll come back, right? So this is really good on evolution boards, even like what the 9 mana, I can't remember the spell name. I play Nebula. You could play that and bring those back. Could be really nice. It's a pretty sweet card. Or you could get crazy and bring back Grunty. He's 8 mana. This card's broken with Grunty, okay? All right, 5 stars. No, probably not, but hey, a mass resurrection card for Evolve. Pretty cool design, pretty unique, and I guess I could set up a shutter block on this, although probably not, gonna have board space issues with that. Really cool card. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard, a 2 in Wild, although watch out, Octosari is in that core set. You might not want to evolve into that and get milled to death. That could be pretty rough. And also, this is a dragon expansion, right? So why not combine some demons with some dragons and dark gifts, where we have the warrior card, the Dark Rider, a 1 mana 1/1 demon. Battle cry, if you're holding a dragon, you get to discover a dragon with a dark gift. So again, you get to discover a dragon, which is going to be from a pretty narrow pool. It's going to be from this set, the core set, which lost a ton of dragons, so not a ton, plus whatever is already in Standard. So you're going to reliably be able to hit, I think early on, some pretty consistently good dragons, plus give them a dark gift, all for the low cost of 1 mana. That seems like a pretty good deal, whether it be Arena or Standard. Probably not in Wild where the pool is ginormous, but in Standard, I'll give it a 3. In Wild, I'll give it a 1. I can't imagine you'll be able to do that. And well, maybe I want to discover a specific warrior dragon with the Afflicted Devastator, a 4 mana 6/6 dragon. Battle cry, deal 3 damage to all other friendly minions. So it hits all of your own stuff. However, it's got Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. So let's say I'm just playing, you know, Control Warrior. I don't have stuff on the board. I just play a 4 mana 6/6. That's pretty good. And then they can't really ignore it. And when it dies, it's like a board wipe, which is also quite nice. So really cool, like slower a defensive card. Plus, maybe I want to damage my own stuff. I have like eggs or like an Acolyte of Bane. That could be really good. I wouldn't sleep on this card. It's a lot of stats with a pretty good death rattle, and that battle cry might not be as negative as you think it is. I will give this a 4 out of 5 in standard, a 3 out of 5 in wild. It's even. It's even. That's always relevant, right? It's an even card. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that card. I love me some warrior cards. And well, I got another one here with the Ominous Nightmares, a 1 mana shadow spell. Choose one. Deal 1 damage to all minions, so that includes your own, or give a damage minion +2/+2. Nice cheap little enraged card, really good with like an Acolyte of Pain, whatever enraged effects he got. I mean, it's a whirlwind, but better. It's pure power creep on whirlwind. What are we doing here? Obviously that card hasn't been great in a while, but this added flexibility could be pretty good. I'm gonna need to see more cards to really see how great this will be. So I'm gonna start it off with, we're gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in standard and wild, but hey, this could see some play in that right deck. And then hey, we saw this card previewed for an event where we'll be able to get this for free and play it early. That's the Raptor Herald, the 3 mana 4/2 beast, battle cry, discover a beast with a dark gift. And I think that event will start pretty early, so we'll be able to play this before the set goes live. And yeah, discover that beast with a dark gift. It can have charge, it can have all that different style of stuff. It can be quite nice. And yeah, I don't know if that's really worth playing on ladder. Probably an arena. Hopefully they put it in arena or something like that. But overall, free epic, can't really complain. Don't think the power level is amazing, although it's a beast. Maybe Hunter can use it. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 in standard, a 1 in wild, but hey, I can't complain about free cards. And leaving off this video, there is one more major mechanic to talk about: the wild gods. Not old gods from WoW, but the wild gods. Every class will be receiving one, and Deathites is the first to be revealed in Ursoc, a 9 mana 6/14 beast with battle cry, attack all other minions. That includes your own, death rattle, resurrect any this killed. So this is like a massive board wipe. Possibly you can hand buff this, especially in Death Knight. By the way, no rune requirement, can go into any Death Knight deck you want. And then yeah, kill a bunch of stuff, including your own. And then you got a big board, which is really cool. And it looks like we're gonna be getting a lot of giant minions that do really crazy stuff. And this kind of plays into a lot of Death Knight strategies of, you know, a bit of a slower game and yeah, getting that board control and all those minions that die, come back, you get corpses and all that stuff. I think it's really rad design, could absolutely see play. Maybe there's ways of cheating it out at some point. 9 mana is a lot, but for this type of effect, I'm kind of on board. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 in wild. It's not even, so you can't play it even DK, but yes, the wild gods look pretty wild. And well, what if I want to play a wild god from every class? Like, that'd be really cool. Well, why don't I play Malorne the Waywatcher, an 8 mana, 8/6 neutral beast, battle cry. You discover a legendary wild god. So any of these wild god cards, like the one we saw there, if you've imbued your hero power 4 times, set its cost to 1. So yes, we can play that card for 1 mana and clear the board and get a giant sweep or whatever. Or if you play this in Shaman with Shutter Block, and if you imbued 4 times, I'm getting 3 wild gods that all cost 1. I can absolutely see that being a thing in Shaman, and this is a neutral option. Again, you're probably gonna really want to play this in an Imbue deck, but if that is live, this is an incredibly powerful effect considering I believe there's only 11 wild gods, so you're pretty reliably gonna get one you want, right? That's pretty pretty reliable. So it seems like a pretty decent card. The artwork is sick. And overall, yeah, the wild gods, even if you don't have one, if you got Malorne, you can find one. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in wild because the discover pool is the same there. And there's maybe more manipulation. It's a beast, you never know. So yeah, a ton of cards reviewed. There's more later today, so you guys want to stay tuned. The patch will go live. We got patch notes. Stay tuned, get in that giveaway. Let me know what you think about these cards. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.